All right, let's talk about anger. And I don't just mean getting a little annoyed. I'm talking about that deep down automatic anger that just takes over, right? It feels like it has a mind of its own. Well, today, we're going to explore how hypnosis, and no, I don't mean stage magic, is this incredibly powerful science-backed tool we can use to get into our subconscious and start reprogramming those hair trigger reactions.
Okay, so to really get this, let's start with a really powerful idea. Anger is basically a trance state. I mean, think about it, right? When you're really furious, you're in this super focused, kind of altered state. Your vision narrows, your body just reacts on its own, and all that rational thinking, yeah, it's out the window. You just fall into it, you don't choose it. So if anger is a trance, it kind of makes sense that you could use another kind of trance, like hypnosis, to fight back.
So the big question is, how does this even happen? You know, how does a simple feeling turn into this automatic controlling force? Well, we're going to look at how our brain gets wound up, put on this hair trigger. And really, it all comes down to conditioning.
And this is so important to get. This is not some kind of moral failing or a character flaw. It's a neurological habit. I mean, past experiences, maybe trauma, or even just dealing with the same frustrations over and over, it literally rewires your brain to just react with anger. That little signal that's supposed to be a helpful heads up, it becomes the thing that controls you. It turns what should be a choice into an instant automatic reaction. Okay, so if we're going to understand how to fix this, we've got to look past the whole swinging pocket watch thing you see in movies. We really need to clear up some huge myths about what clinical hypnosis actually is and what it definitely isn't. And this really just lays it all out, doesn't it? The Hollywood version is all about losing control, making you cluck like a chicken, but the reality? It's the complete opposite. It's about gaining control. You're not being manipulated. You and the therapist are working together. And you're not asleep. You're just in this state of super deep, super focused relaxation. So let's nail down what we're talking about. Hypnosis is just a totally natural state. Honestly, it's a lot like daydreaming or when you're so absorbed in a good book that the rest of the world just fades away. All a therapist does is guide you into that state of hyperfocus. And in that state, your mind is way more open to positive suggestions that help you tap into your own power to change. Okay, so how does getting into this focused state actually help us rewire those anger circuits in the brain? Let's dig into the science a bit.
But does it actually work? I mean, really? Well, this number you're seeing might look like a bunch of math, but it's actually a super powerful summary from a ton of scientific studies. It's what's called an effect size, basically a way to measure how well something works. Now, to give you some context, an effect size of 0.5 is considered a medium impact. Anything over 0.8 is big. So a range that goes all the way up to 2.72, that's huge. It shows that for a lot of issues, hypnotherapy isn't just a little helpful, it's a highly effective treatment, right up there with other major therapies.
And we can literally see what's happening inside the brain using scans. This isn't just a feeling. Hypnosis actively changes your brain activity. It calms down something called the default mode network. That's the part tied to self-criticism and your mind wandering all over the place. At the same time, it ramps up the anterior cingulate cortex, which is like your brain's emotional control center. It can even change how your brain processes pain. The bottom line is, it physically shifts your brain into this calmer, more focused state, what scientists call alpha and theta waves.
So what's really happening here is that hypnosis builds a bridge. Think about it. It connects your conscious mind, the part of you that wants to be calm, the part that's watching this right now, with your subconscious mind, where all those automatic reactive programs are running on autopilot. And once that bridge is built, you can finally walk across and start rewriting that old, unhelpful code.
Now, a hypnotherapist isn't just waving a magic wand here. They've got a whole toolkit of specific techniques they use to help with this reprogramming. So what does that actually look like when you're in a session?
And you can see just how practical these tools are, like guided visualization. It's basically a mental workout for your brain. You rehearse staying calm in a trigger situation over and over, building that mental muscle memory. Then there's regression therapy, which helps you go back and safely reframe the stuff that might be the root cause of the anger. And of course, positive suggestions, which are all about installing new, healthier default settings.
And a typical session follows a pretty clear roadmap. Step 1 is assessment. The therapist gets to know your specific triggers. Then comes the induction. That's where they guide you into that relaxed, focused, hypnotic state. The real work, the deep stuff, happens during the intervention.
using all those tools we just talked about. And this is so important. It wraps up with reinforcement. They give you tools and self-hypnosis techniques so you can keep the progress going on your own.
All right, you know what? Let's actually get a little taste of what this feels like. We're going to do a super simple self-hypnosis exercise just to get a feel for that relaxation. So wherever you are, just find a comfortable spot to sit. You don't have to do a thing, just follow the sound of my voice.
First, just get comfortable. And when you're ready, go ahead and gently close your eyes.
And now, just bring your awareness to your breathing. You don't have to change it at all, just notice it as it flows in and out.
And if your mind starts to wander, that's totally okay. It's what minds do. Just gently, without judgment, bring your focus back to your breath.
You might start to notice little things, pleasant things you normally overlook, like maybe the feeling of the cool air as it flows in, and how it feels just a little warmer as you breathe out.
Just follow each in-breath, maybe imagining it going a little bit deeper each time, carrying a little wave of relaxation with it.
Letting that attention follow each breath, all the way, deep, deep down inside, just allowing that feeling of calm to spread.
All right, you can open your eyes whenever you're ready. That feeling, that simple sense of calm, that's the foundation. That's the starting point for the ultimate goal of all this work, which is learning to respond to life instead of just automatically reacting to it.
And this, right here, is the whole point. This is the mantra. When you use these techniques, you create a space. It's just a tiny pause, but it's a crucial pause between the thing that happens and how you react to it. And in that little bit of space, that's where you get all your power back, the power to choose.
So, I'm going to leave you with a question to chew on. Think about your own life for a second. What's the one automatic reaction that you'd love to reprogram first? You know, that knee-jerk response you have in traffic, or in a stressful meeting at work, or maybe with someone at home. What's the one thing you would choose to change if you knew you could? Because right there, that's where this journey begins.